What's good, potatoes? Spindleak here, and it's time for another movie review. This time around, it's The Dark Knight.
Now I know what you're thinking. Spin gave so much praise to Heath Ledger whenever he did his first review, and that was fine. He wasn't even in the movie. But let me tell you, that's not gonna set the score for this one, motherfuckers.
Winston, what are you doing? Alright, so The Dark Knight is the second installation of, well, obviously the Dark Knight trilogy. Heath Ledger, Christian Bale, yada yada yada. Now, this movie improved on a few things that the first one really sucked with. Like, for example, Christian Bale really softened up a bit. He was actually showing a little bit of human emotion as opposed to just being the whole axe-wielding psycho motherfucker with that look on his face of just... that lesson. And Heath Ledger's character was so colorful that it brought a lot to the movie. But this is going to get a 2 potato rating. Now, with all the excellent moments in this, and all the improvisation on Heath Ledger's part, and just the wide variety of characters, villains, all that jazz, it was fucking excellent. But no one can take this movie seriously. Let's let that sink in for a second. Pause the video. I'll be right back whenever you're done processing this and figuring out what I'm going to say next.
You probably know where this is going.
Not only has this movie become meme-worthy and completely spoiled the first one between Christian Bale's voice and just the general action and colorfulness of the Joker, setting a really different pace for the movie. The first movie, Batman Begins, had a very serious tone to it. They did most of the stuff right. Winston, knock the fuck off. They did most of the things right, even though, in DC movies, for some reason, everything has to get destroyed for, there is no care for any of the civilians they're supposed to be protecting, all the property damage and all that stuff. Then again, Marvel does it too. Getting off on a tangent, this movie tried so hard to be positive, and they were way too philosophical in this film. There wasn't a moment that a character wasn't debating morality, giving their own twist on it, and giving a little bit of a monologue. This honestly made it a joke. Especially Gordon's monologue at the end of it, the whole Dark Knight thing. But throughout the entire movie, it's nothing but corny lines about morality, what's right, what's wrong, what's the definition of chaos, what's the symbolism behind Batman, blah, blah, blah. That really threw off the tone, because this was a really fucking dark film. People were dying left and right. There were citywide, majorly important public officials were being murdered. People were losing their entire families. It was chaos. One motherfucker with a few barrels of gasoline and a few boxes of ammunition completely threw a city into chaos with his wacky antics. And yet, everyone's sitting there trying to be fucking everyone's sitting there trying to be a fucking poet. It's one of those things of, oh god, everyone's dead. Let me go ahead and do a speech I can add to my resume later on. It really ruined the vibe of the movie. You couldn't really tell if they were going for, the serious aspect that they took in the initial one, or if they were going for a more light-hearted version of it. That actually was kind of cynical with how dark everything was. It was really just a mixed bag that didn't mesh well. Now, I do love this movie. I do love the performance from all the actors. There is great chemistry between the characters, as opposed to the first film where everyone had the fucking, emotion and body activity as a fucking plastic bag. But this one really fixed that. Nevertheless, it's going to get 2 potatoes because the movie couldn't find its own pace to set. It couldn't just find a course, stick with it, and build up with it. It had to spread out, go here, go there, go everywhere. It fucked it up. Have you seen this film? Are you planning on watching it? Go ahead and post that in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep on, keep it on, and I will see you in another video.